It is that time, people. We are here for the first time in a little while, actually. This is the Tap Out. How are you folks doing? Glad to be with you today. We are gonna talk about a bunch of stuff today involving UFC and possibly some boxing news, and we'll see what happens. And when I say we, I don't mean just me. Let me bring on the team. We got Jake the Snake, the villain, and we got my man Wu-Tang Trend. What's good, fellas?
Slaying virgins out here.
That's what you're doing? Bankai.
Nah, we're doing Bankai.
Apparently. Hey, let's not start it off like this, folks.
No, we can't start off
Let's
the rails.
get after it. So, been a while. It was like about a month since the last one. Maybe more, because I don't think we covered. What was the last fight? The last fight was.
I think we covered 309.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we did 309.
Was 309 the one I was in Chicago for? Yeah. It was. It was the Stipe.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, 309.
We also covered the Tyson fight while it was happening live.
Did we do that?
Well, you guys did. I hopped off the podcast.
I think I ended that fairly quickly because it wasn't really going anywhere.
Nah, it took forever to get to the fight. But you guys might have covered that badass women's co-main event, though.
That was crazy. That was a hell of a fight. So Serranos and who was the other one? She got robbed, is all I know.
I was about to say, so technically, since we didn't do a review show over it, and we do talk boxing on here, if you wanted to talk about that fight a little bit, Will, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, we might have to. Let me see. What?
That's all I saw on Twitter and on Facebook is whoever won didn't deserve the win and whoever lost got robbed. That's what I was seeing all over the place.
Yeah, that's for sure. That was exactly. It was brutal too because she already been robbed once. When they first fought, and then they just this one wasn't even close. I don't understand how they gave her the win considering she clearly lost the fight and she had got a point deducted for headbutting.
Oh, that's terrible.
So, with the headbutt, how exactly do you win a fight that you lost? At very best, it should have been a split decision. But, nah, Serranos whooped her ass, in my opinion. I'm trying to find the actual names so I'm not just talking into the distance here. But anyways, we have it was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. That's who it was. And
Katie Taylor, so that name rung a bell.
Yeah, Katie Taylor got the win again, and it was an absolute job. She got played. But the Jake Paul fight itself was a joke. Didn't require
I'd say as far as a train wreck.
Odd. So we didn't do it. Look at this man pounding vodka over there.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Staying hydrated, bro. It's cold.
It's vodka. All right, let's get around to it. We're gonna go straight into. Do you want to go back over quickly 309?
Yeah, we can do that.
I was about to say we could definitely talk about the main event because I know we'd probably have some good stuff to talk about on that.
Yeah, let me pull up the 309 card so we can.
It was honestly a weak card other than the top three fights.
Yeah. Although there was some, I thought there was some. Wait, wasn't this the one that had some good fights, and this fight was the only one that was boring?
I think it started off with some heat and then simmered way down until the main event.
Yeah, I can see that. Happening. All right, let's pull this up right quick.
Oh yeah, because I don't remember. I take that back. That was the fight night in China that they had. That they had some crazy shit go on.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Wasn't that one
that was a good fight night? Yeah, dude, it was insane. I stayed up till 3 on accident instead of taking a nap and then waking up for it. I missed a good card. I went back and watched the highlights, though.
Yeah, I saw that they call it a babyface assassin, that nasty head kick.
Oh, it was dirty. They had to take that girl out on a stretcher.
Apparently the girl when she's actually like a doctor or something when she's not fighting.
That's kind of sick.
Wait, who was?
I also wouldn't want to piss her off or forget to pay my bill.
No, there was a girl on this card, Chinese girl. Like when she's not fighting, she's actually like a doctor. Like she's like a medical doctor.
Oh, I saw that, and she was like fighting, like hiding it from her family.
Yeah.
Hey, imagine that your profession's being a doctor, but your hobby's kicking ass in a cage. That's unbelievable.
That's you got to be the GOAT for that.
And that's how you know you're Asian, when you have to like hide your recreational for your family.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. I was letting you. I queued you up for that one because that's wild.
Oh, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man. When she threw that head kick, she calculated. She was like, E equals MC squared head kick here.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Early on, we had Hardy, Muda. Muda got the win. Then we had Hafez, Elliott. Elliott got the win. Mickey Gall versus Brahimaj.
Mickey got his ass kicked.
He still fights in the UFC.
That's what I said. He does not need to be fighting. He's terrible.
In the UFC, of all places, man.
I think Dana likes
versus Tybura. Tybura got the win with that.
Tybura is old, but he looked good in that fight, and he was the underdog.
Then we had Onama versus Romero. Onama gets the win. He was super favored though. Jim Miller got a win over Damon Jackson. Tapped him out first round too.
Jim Miller looked really good, and that was a good fight to win money off of if you could bet on it. It was Jim Miller looked good.
Yeah, because he was an underdog, plus 190.
And they thought that Jim Miller might retire after the win, but he said, "I'm gonna keep going till the wheels fall off, or at least the UFC says go away."
Fair enough.
There was a legit retire. There were 2 retirements on this card too, and I think you already passed by the one guy that retired, or maybe that's him right there. Once I hear his name, I'll know who it is.
Jonathan Martinez versus Marcus McGee, who looks like he's 60.
Did he lose, Marcus McGee?
No, he won.
Nope, he didn't. The guy who retired lost.
Then we got Ruffy versus Lallentop.
So that was tough. I was really rooting for Ruffy because he's out of that fight camp that's on the rise right now. Mm-hmm. And he started very slow, but he controlled 2.5 rounds. He started off super slow, started to control the end of the first round, and then slowed down again in the third round towards the end. And he could have finished the fight 3 different times in the second round, and then he looked gassed in the third. So he could have lost that fight, but he did all right. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, but I think he wanted the knockout and couldn't get it.
Yeah, he won unanimous. He was a huge favorite too.
He was, but Lontop or whatever you said his name was, he definitely made him work for it.
Then we had flyweight bout. We had Araujo and Silva. This went to Araujo.
A very good fight, and I think the girl that won should have lost.
She was a huge underdog, plus 240. Well, not huge, but big enough.
Yeah, I think that
she got the unanimous too.
It really wasn't though. When you watch that fight, it seemed a lot closer than unanimous. I think it was like a 28-27 across the board, but it was a lot. In my mind, I thought it was closer than that, but that's why I'm not a UFC judge.
Then we got Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. There's also a few UFC judges who shouldn't be UFC judges, so don't take that. Like
that fight sucked.
Yeah, Bo Nickel is a snooze fest. He's really good.
I'm gonna give Bo Nickel one bit of not credit, but like a bit of leniency. These guys that they push to the top because they want them to be superstars.
He's facing truck drivers.
Yeah, get what's Lewis say? Tomato cans.
Yeah, Walmart employees.
Yeah, you go against these nobodies, and then when you finally put them against somebody that's got a little bit of name to him, like Paul Craig. Paul Craig's been in the game forever. He's a highly skilled jiu-jitsu guy. He's beat a former world champ. If you look at his resume and his record of who he's beaten, who he's lost to, he's gone against the name of names. And Bo Nickel had a hard time against him because Paul Craig's a natural light heavyweight. And he's fighting at middleweight now, and he's a really big guy compared to Bo.
Yeah, he's a big dude, and he's Scottish, so he's just a brawler.
And he had a hard time doing it. Was this a split by chance?
Nah, he got the unanimous.
Okay. It was Bo Nickel had a hard time, and Will's right. It was an absolute snooze fest. It was tough to watch.
Crazy odds though. He was favored 1,100.
I took Craig,
and Craig was plus 700. Yeah, you could have bet $1 on that.
Oh, I did. I bet on Craig to take that win, and it backfired. But I thought he had a better chance because of his experience.
Yeah, they did not.
He's like he's the bigger Ryan Hall, but Ryan Hall's a lot more boring than Craig, because Craig will actually stand. And that's the thing, though. I think Craig could have done a lot better if he actually stuck to his jiu-jitsu. He didn't stick to his jiu-jitsu. He stood with Bo.
Okay. And moving on to... So, is the Chandler experiment over?
It needs to be. I think that was it. He waited too long. He got old. And he did not look... Will, me and you love Chandler because he goes out there and just throws bombs and tries
bombs.
He was not out there throwing bombs. I think he was legit trying to audition for a title fight, and he did not. He was very close to chest with his fighting. He tried, and once he knew he was losing, but once that was over and he was down 2 rounds, it was game over from there, and he didn't have a chance. Oliveira snatched him up, and that was it. And that's pretty much all round 5 was a hugging contest until he kept picking him up and falling on the ground.
Pretty boring fight.
It was it played out the same way as the first fight in a lot of ways.
Except this time, at least he didn't get finished.
Yeah.
But no, I think Chandler experiment's done. You had your fun with it.
Yeah, they fast-tracked him to that title, and I don't know. I mean, even then, like, he was the 2 people he did beat, a declining Dan Hooker and a really declining Tony Ferguson,
Yeah, he has just been getting a whole can of ass whooping opened up on him since the Dan Hooker fight. It's been bad. Oliveira, ass whooping. Gaethje, ass whooping. Ferguson, he won. Oh, yeah, okay, he won that one. And then
he soccer kicked him in the head.
Whooping. Yep, and then Oliveira again, ass whooping. So, and the other thing is, I think he kind of shot himself in the foot, because you go out in this fight, and like Jake said, you don't fight your normal fight. You try to fight a fight to get you a title fight, and then you have an absolute snooze fest of a fight when your only selling point is that you're exciting. Yeah, I think that's a mistake. And yeah, you're probably right. This experiment probably has about 1 or 2 more fights left in it, and they won't be important fights. They'll be 3rd, 4th fight on the card fights.
So, yeah, I think they're gonna feed him to like up and comers. Just
making the new gatekeeper, and not even a good one, because he's gonna try to take your head off, and you could probably piece him up because of that.
But yeah, and then with the track record he has, and he has like the nerve to be calling people out post fight all the time.
Yeah, it's just like, not next. I want you to whoop my ass. Like I don't.
I know, right?
It is funny because right after that fight, he called out Conor McGregor again, saying if you can get your shit in order, and then literally that week, the very next week, the judge said, "Nah, yeah, you raped that girl. It's done." I was like, "Well, that fight's not happening."
Yeah, Conor's gross. We should talk about that, I guess.
That could be a talking point, but I don't really want to talk about it. I'm so the way you feel about Aaron Rodgers is how I feel about Conor McGregor. We're never going to get anything. The guy's done out of it, and he's just a disgusting person.
He's mostly a piece of shit.
And we're putting it nice.
Yeah. All right, so that fight sucked. And then we had the main event. This was the 2 old guys fighting on the stage.
And one looked much older than the other one.
Yeah. Wasn't exciting, though.
No, I think this fight took too long to get to. The injury postponed it. Again, this is the same thing with the Chandler situation with Stipe. You wait 2 to 4 years for a fight to actually go down and happen, or you go away from fighting for what seems like 3 years with Stipe after he lost to Ngannou and hadn't fought since. You get older, you get rusty. You don't get that constant in-gym feel, especially since he's a firefighter. He stays in shape, but not fighting shape. And he went out there and he looked extremely old.
And it was shape, but also it wasn't just that he didn't look like he was in fighting shape. He looked like a guy who hasn't been ducking punches for a couple years. Like he didn't, like he was like, oh shit, that shit's coming in fast. You could see it on his face. Yeah. He was like, yo, these fires don't burn that quick. Like these, like I think it was shell. So I think in his prime, this would have been a tough fight for him.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
So at this age, yeah. But they both look old as hell, honestly.
But I think it's like the whole Tom Aspinall situation kind of overshadowed this fight too, man. People didn't want it.
Because people want that fight instead. And he's basically like, nah.
I actually don't understand this weird animosity he has towards like Tom Aspinall. I feel like Tom Aspinall hasn't really said or done anything that's like, in my opinion, disrespectful. But he has like a really disdain for the man, and I really don't understand it.
Does he really have? Do you feel? Oh, I feel like he's just ducking the fight. I don't feel like I didn't get like a sense that he doesn't like him, but maybe I'm just missing it. Yeah, he's definitely ducking.
I was about to say the same thing. I feel like it's a fight that because Jones is not. I didn't consider Ciryl Gane a real heavyweight. Stipe, he might be considered a full-blown heavyweight, but he was old and out of the prime. Tom is a 29-year-old kid with everything in front of him. He's bigger, stronger, taller, everything than John Jones. But John Jones isn't a spring chicken anymore. He's 37 years old. And I think that's what worries him is he thinks that this kid's younger, bigger, anything that you could get out of it. And I think I'm not going to say he's scared. I will never call a UFC fighter scared of anything. But I feel like Will just said, he's ducking him because he thinks he can lose.
Now, here's the thing. I think he's right for ducking him. Honestly. I mean, he's the age that he is. He's already considered the GOAT. There's nothing to gain out of fighting this guy.
Because it's a But do you think losing to him ruins his legacy?
I think you can't unsee certain things.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it.
Kind of like
I think we'd probably still call him the GOAT. But then there would be the Khabib camp, like no losses. There'd be St. Pierre camp. You know,
we see we were having the same discussion about talking about GOATs in the UFC, and we're talking saying Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva had 4 losses, but we remember the Chris Weidman. Did I say Chris? Chris Weidman lost the most. But he already had 4 losses going into that. So I don't know. I don't think and I hear him, but you never hear his name drop first anymore.
Yeah.
For the GOAT.
You still hear him. You hear him on the Rushmore, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Rushmore, but it used to be like before them losses at the end, it was like this motherfucker's the greatest we've ever seen.
It was always the talk of what happened if GSP went up to middleweight.
That was all we had, and yeah, I feel like I could confidently say I feel like Silva would have did damage.
Yeah, because that's
in their primes.
That's 6'4" versus 5'10", bigger reach, and he would be able to.
Ice Queen told y'all.
Hold on, no, he would be able to. He would be able to stop any of GSP's takedown attempts because he would just be able to reach him back up.
He also has that front kick. That front kick keeps people away.
No,
you're right.
I don't think he's stopping the GSP takedown. We see him get takedown plenty of time. I think the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna fall on his back and full guard. He does that every single time.
Yeah. Well, he'll get out of it though.
He'll get out of it, yeah, for sure. But he ain't stopping the takedown. Like he's eating that all the way down. And you know me, I love Anderson Silva, but
you're also the GSP expert, so I'm listening. Trust me.
No, I think
Mike watched GSP all the way through his prime, so I'll agree with Mike if he says
He
something on
babysit him in the crib.
Yeah.
He raised him.
No, because like
Fed him from his own teeth.
GSP is in this special category, right? Where he with only a select few people, but he's like one of the only few people in the game that's like well-rounded, really well-rounded. You know, I think the illusion is that like everybody in the game is actually like well-rounded. I don't think it's true. I think most people are still kind of specialists. They're still styles. At most, everybody's like decent at everything but master of nothing.
I agree.
But like GSP is one of the few. It's like he's slick all around. You know, I put DJ in that category too.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
So he'll give Anderson Silva a hard time in that fight. I don't think people will give him enough credit. Now, honestly, it probably might go to the decision. I think it'll be really competitive, but I don't see neither one of those guys finishing each other. But I do see like GSP, if they were to fight Anderson Silva in the primes, it'll probably be like a decision win.
I can see that. He was so dangerous, Silva, from every angle too. Just impeccable striking.
My favorite moment was him knocking out Forrest Griffin walking backwards.
Yeah. I didn't like that though, because the entire fight, don't get me wrong, I love showmanship, but he was being a piece of shit that entire fight.
Can I hold up quick? Can I ask an opinionated question here for both of you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know how much of a huge fan of Michael Bisping I am. Do you think Silva got robbed?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because even though I'm a fan and I say, yeah, of course Mike won that fight, it says it on the records book. The knee was late and they gave Bisping a chance, but Anderson honestly owned that whole fight, if we're really being honest. Mm-hmm. I think he owned the entire fight. But
I have to go back and rewatch that fight, but from my recollection, yeah, I feel like Anderson like took that fight.
Yeah, I do too. As well. But again, me being the Bisping fan I am, I'm kind of like, oh, this got him to a title fight. I'm happy for him and blah blah blah. But I kind of think Anderson got robbed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that was just trying to corner.
To be fair, that was after the Henderson punch, right? So he was already blind in one eye. I think we can give him a pass on that.
Oh no, this is way late in Bisping's career.
I know.
He only because when he fought Anderson, he only fought I think 4 more times, and it was for the belt. It was a defense against Henderson. No, it was 3 more fights because then he lost. No, he might have fought Gastelum too, and then he lost the belt to GSP.
Honestly, you asked me, I feel like Dan Harrison whooped his ass in the second fight too. That's just me.
Yeah, they gave. Oh wait, I remember how when his last fight was against Gastelum and he lost it in China, I think, and that was, and then he retired. I'm still mad he lost to Chael Sonnen though, but I'm not going to cry over because I love Chael.
Chael's the man. All right, so that was 309, kind of a shit show. Few good moments, but not really. And lasting effects or lasting statements, I would say Stipe, wrap it up. And maybe you too, John. Like just maybe just wrap that up and call that a career, a great career. Or fight Aspinall. But
hey, and in all honesty and seriousness, hey, Stipe, thanks for the great career. I'm glad you retired, and have fun being a firefighter until you retire out of that career.
Really hope he responds.
I wish too. That'd be sick. That'd put our freaking podcast to the stratosphere.
Yeah, he would never. We wouldn't even be ready for it if he did.
Hey, me and Mike have a chance because he's in Cleveland. All I got to do is tweet him.
Okay, y'all. All right, now. Talk about the Abomination Jake Paul fight? Yes, no?
Nah.
All right, no. Okay, cool. Moving forward, we got UFC 310 to preview. So here we go.
God, this is such a good card.
Really? Because I think this card's full of mismatches.
Mismatches maybe, but I think the card's very good. I think they put together a really good card. I can't believe Aljo got put on a prelim. But a lot of people don't like Aljo, but it's whatever.
So, Look at this fucking name. Clay Guida still fighting. All right, folks. We can skip the prelims, I guess. Oh wait, no, there's some fights.
It's a dope ass card, dude.
All right, so Zichukwu versus Brzeski. Yeah, y'all hit me with the names out the gate, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
I reloaded.
Brzeski?
Lucas over here is plus 44 underdog. Kennedy heavily favored here.
This Kennedy kid is unbelievable. He's got a lot of power. He backs people down. He's a dangerous heavyweight. I'm not saying he's the next Francis or anything, but he's a good heavyweight.
I just like seeing a heavyweight on the card because you don't get a lot of them because the division
is in shambles.
Yeah,
that's what I've been trying to tell you, Jake.
Well, John Jones and Stipe ruined it, so I'm not fighting.
Nah, it's been long.
Yeah, they put the final nail in that fucking coffin that's been buried for 16 years.
It's all right. Tom Aspinall's bringing it back.
Let's be real.
Not.
John Jones versus Stipe was all they got up until this point.
That was their history, and it was awful.
I mean, think about it. Okay, yeah, Tom Aspinall, cool. What's next after Tom Aspinall?
Who's he fighting? You gonna fight himself?
Well, I mean, like I said, Alexander Volkov's still coming through.
You got a better chance at this Kennedy kid.
He's not ranked yet. He's on his way up, though. He's had a couple of cupcakes, but he's. This is another cupcake, but he's going against the Polish guy.
This is another cupcake. He's got eating a lot of cupcakes, man. I guess he's a heavyweight. Makes sense. All right.
Dana doesn't know how to build his fighters correctly, so this shit's got to happen organically.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who y'all got in this one? We're going to go Kennedy?
Kennedy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, beat down. All right. Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going Clay Guida.
He's a plus 675 underdog. Chase negative 1050. He is favorite. Huge.
I am doing this just because I've watched this happen. Clay Guida is a wily veteran, and he's very good, and I'm going to be the same way with Mike. They were building Chase Hooper up so well, and he's lost a couple of fights that he should have won. So I'm going Clay. Gatekeeper comes through.
Yeah, I'm putting my house on Clay Guida.
You could end up with two houses or very much no houses.
Mike, you know this. Did
What?
Clay Guida ever get a chance to fight for a title?
No.
Damn.
Never. Homeboy got like double-digit losses, bro.
That's true. He might even be in the 20s by now.
And I'm pretty sure he's still a white belt in jiu-jitsu.
Well, that's what he gets for going and training at Team Alpha Male for a couple of years.
Now, I was just listening to TJ Dill's show on Rampage Jackson's podcast. He was talking about how, like, up until like the whole Dwayne Lovewood situation, they said Team Alpha Male didn't even actually have like a coaching structure. It was just trainers. It was just like fighters training other fighters. Like, they'll be holding mitts for each other, sparring with each other, and Riot was like coaching, but was like an active fighter himself too. So
yeah, look, see, the only reason I ever stuck up for Team Alpha Male is only because of Cody Garbrandt. But Cody has separated himself from them since, and I don't give a fuck anymore.
And thusly your allegiance. Oh boy.
Basically. Hey, Will, it's the same thing. If Julian Edelman would have ever left, I would have been gone. I'm just playing. I could never leave the Patriots.
Clay Guida. Fun fact, Italian.
You don't say.
In case you hadn't guessed. Then we got Michael Chiesa. Oh wait, who you picking here?
I took Guida.
Two Guidas? I'll go Guida too. Why not? Michael Chiesa, I think is how it said. And
Chiesa.
Max Griffin.
Man, I'm going Max Griffin, man.
Really?
Max Griffin's a fucking dog. And, oh, man, it's so tough. Chiesa, if he gets him to the ground, it could be a little funky, but I'm with Mike on this. I like Max Griffin here. Chiesa's at the
first round finishes. He's won. He lost to Morales.
Tim Means. Lost to Maddie. That's gross.
Oh, he lost to Maggie. That's awful. He beat Condit. Beat Keenan. Kanan.
The only reason I'm going to take Max here is because Chiasa's on his last leg. He needs to retire, so yeah, Griffin for sure. That's the guy that beat Cody once.
Who?
Morano. No, wait, different weight class, right? He fought someone else and beat him. I remember Morano beat somebody that I was following for a while.
I'm gonna go Undy Chiesa here. It's gonna get a shocker.
Jason Undies.
Cody Durden versus Joshua Van.
Joshua, I don't remember. Oh, Joshua Van fought at the Sphere and got a dub. I forgot who he was against though.
He rocked somebody, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was the guy that we kept giving all the Blasian things about. I forgot what though.
Yeah, he was fucking shit up. Was it Yeah, it was chairs. It was the chairman. Yeah, he fucked chairs up.
That was fun.
Well, what happened to that fight?
Van fucked him up, but Van got his legs beat up.
Wait, did he get the win for that? I didn't see the.
I swear to God.
Not showing.
Did they hold up? Wait, don't tell me. Did they take his win away here? Hold on, I'm gonna go look it up. You said it was 306, right, Will?
I believe so.
All right, let me do some research real quick. I'm gonna beat Will to the
research.
Hurry up!
Yeah, it
was
306. Yeah, it was 306.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go down and take a look and see what happened here.
Blasian.
The Blasian. He also lost to Johnson before this.
Yeah, Joshua Van won by unanimous decision. It says at least through the wiki.
Nice. So shout out to Josh.
Who
we got here? Are we picking the Van Man or are we going Cody Durden?
Yeah, I'm going Blasian.
Yeah, shout out to the Blasian, bro. I hope he keeps knocking heads off.
This is Dana's way of thanking Joshua Van for taking that fight on short notice at 306. If he wins, he can get into the rankings. So I'm going Van.
Van it is.
Blasian, man. Different breeds. He might even have it. Oh, Weidman?
Yeah,
Weidman's still fighting.
This fight was supposed to take place at 309, but Eric Anders got an unknown illness that was never released, and the fight got canceled. So this is a makeup fight for 309.
No, it's
AIDS, he got AIDS.
He got AIDS. Just because I like the guy, I'm going Weidman. I hope he wins and retires.
I'm going Anders.
I just hope nobody breaks a leg. I'm gonna go Anders.
Isn't it fucked up for the rest of his career? I hope his coaches look at Weidman and say, Weidman, go out there and break a leg, kid.
Yeah, pretty awful. Randy Brown versus Brian Battle.
The man who's banned from France.
Who? Which one?
Brian Battle's banned from France after that post-fight interview.
Wait, what happened?
He yelled at him and said, you think this American was going to lose to a French guy or a French dude? He was popping off on the crowd and that fucking banned him.
That's great.
And I would also like both of you to know that Brian Battle is going into this fight 4 pounds overweight. He did not make weight.
Oh.
So either rough camp or something's going on. So, and I know Randy Brown.
And Randy Brown's a plus 190 underdog. Take that.
Oh,
yeah, I'll be betting on Randy Brown.
Hey, Randy Brown just got a W. Who did he just beat last?
I can check for you. Hold on. His last victory was versus Dos Santos.
I think that was a fight. No, it was a UFC 302. Yeah, no, I watched that fight. I don't think he owned him, but it was a good fight and he took him. But I think it was a bad camp for Battle. Battle's been on a roll ever since getting into the UFC after being on Tough. But I think Rude Boy Brown gives him his first L, especially if you think that he had a rough camp and was 4 pounds over because of it. So give me Brown.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Brown on the underdog status.
Sucks, though. I really like Brian Battle, but something had to be going on for him to miss weight.
What's your decision over there, Mr. Tang?
I'm going to go Brown.
Mr. Tang. What'd you call him Tang for?
Wu-Tang. He's Mr. Tang.
Fuck. You put it together. My bad. That's funny. That's good
Tang.
Yeah, you know.
I'm going to shock you guys with a pick coming up soon, by the way.
Right, you're going to pick a black man for the first time ever? No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm going to pick me a Mexican.
Wait, why is Abdurrahim like ranked number 9?
Because he
Because
keeps losing.
No. He's not in bantamweight anymore. That's a featherweight
Oh,
fight.
gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
At his natural weight class, better yet to say something.
Why he didn't want to gun it for the title anymore?
Will, how does it feel knowing that your boy O'Malley won the title in Boston?
No, I mean that was obviously great. That was the whole setup with it because like O'Malley, they knew he's had fans here. We're a very Irish town, city, so they knew he'd have a lot of fans here. And also Dana's from around the area, so
yeah. So Movsar Evelev is highly talked about as a very good fighter. Aljo's no pushover on the ground himself because we all know that these Russians are damn good wrestlers. Will, can you pull up Evelev's recent fights? I want to know who he's fought before I make any kind of choice here.
I will do no such thing. Here we go. Let me see. We got.
Oh, he beat Arnold Allen.
Yeah.
And he beat Lopez. Holy shit.
Oh, wait, what was that?
Lopez drops bombs, too. That was May 6th last year.
Oh, okay.
He's got some good wins. Arnold Allen's no
He beat him unanimous decision.
And we all know Lopez is a title contender right now, too.
He beat PK, but who cares?
What else has he got? Dawu.
Yep, Lentz. Solomon Grundy.
As much as I normally try to give slack to Aljo, I'm not going to this time. I think Movsar wipes the floor with him. What a resume. Lopez,
yeah, y'all know I don't really rock with Aljo, so.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm going Movsar Evelev here for sure.
Is it a New York thing?
Maybe. I just think he only got the title for a mistake.
Man, I gotta hold up. I'm glad this was brought up. Will, you're in a title fight. Something illegal happens to you. You're gonna get the title. You're also gonna get pay-per-view main event points for your next fight. You get a massive payday. You're telling me you're not gonna sit there and take the title? You're gonna get back up once you've already been rocked a little bit, knowing you're losing the fight, just to get up to lose. I'm not sticking up for this behavior at all.
No. Listen. I'm not saying that it's his fault for taking it. Not necessarily. Like, I mean, I get you could still be in line to have that big fight if you leave it up to grabs. Just make sure you get the rematch.
Yeah.
Now, if they're not going to give you the rematch, if they're not going to give you the rematch after that, then.
Well, no. Either way, if he doing what he did, he got the title. He also had the title going in for a defense and got that pay-per-view money, and then ended up beating Jan anyway in that fight and carrying the title for a little longer. Now, just say he would have done that and then lost to Jan again, then who cares? But he still got a massive payday for it. I don't know. I think if I was him, I would have done the same thing. But I don't know. I know people don't like him for doing that, but at the same time, it was a smart business move, and there's no point of getting up when you're already losing the fight. It's the Anthony Smith thing. He could have won the title from Jones, but he wore his heart on his sleeve and got up and got his ass kicked some more. And that was a blatant illegal shot.
Right. So, but there's a difference between, we always have to make the distinction between what is smart and what we want as people viewing fights, what we want our fighters to be. I think he's a herb. I think he pranced around with that fucking title like he really did something for it when he was losing that fight.
But at the same time, he put his money where his mouth was. He got up, beat Jan, had another title fight.
Yeah, he ended up beating him,
and he ended up winning
because you get a second chance, like you get a second shot. He got to beat him, knowing how he was gonna fight, but having the advantage of getting the title too. Like he's like, it's whatever. Like I have the title. I just think it was kind of whack. That
all right, no, that's fair. I wanted to pick your brain on it. That was it.
Because when he first had to fight him, and he didn't know what to expect, he was losing that fight.
Yeah. Mike, you got anything to put in on that?
With Sterling?
Yeah.
I mean,
with everything we just said.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I feel like it just sucks for Porter Young in general, man, because I feel like he's still in the mix. In my opinion, skill-wise, he's still in the mix, but because all the bogus decision losses kind of like tarnished like his title run, and it kind of just started with that initial fight, you know. Because I still believe that Porter Young is the superior fighter, you know.
Me too.
And Lewis, I agree with you. I think this fight in particular should have taken the place of the Bryce Mitchell fight, no doubt. Nate Landwehr is entertaining. I think he's fine being the very first main event fight. But Bryce Mitchell, and I don't even know who he's fighting. That's how much that I don't care about that fight. That should have been on the prelim. Yeah, no, there's no way that should have been where it was.
Another
That's
mismatch.
hilarious that he's in a prelim, though. That is kind of crazy. Also, I don't like that he also like seemed like he was a hot shot and then got smoked by fucking O'Malley. Like he kind of just I think we saw what he was then. Terrible game plan.
Yeah.
Who y'all got in this though?
I'm going with the Russian. Oh, the other thing too, they made a change to the rule, like with the whole grounded opponent thing.
Yes, I think. Well, it's definitely you can't put your hand down anymore to be considered on the ground.
Yeah, but isn't that what Aljo did though in that fight?
Yeah, kind of. His hand was down. I think he was kind of getting up though too. I don't know. He got kneed in the head.
Okay,
that's all I know. He got kneed in the head.
So circumstances definitely changed from that initial fight.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like, I'm not saying it is, but if that was his tactic, like that's one thing out of his playbook now, you know?
Yeah. And that's the other thing, like in any sport, it's always really hard to beat somebody twice especially in the same calendar year.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat somebody twice. And basically he beat him the first time, but didn't get the title because of a crazy rule or whatever. And then the next time he sees him, it's going to be hard to beat a guy who knows how you're going to fight him again. Yeah. Like now, like, I don't know, just tough. But whatever. Shout out to Sterling. He's a far better fighter than me. So,
hey, you know who else pulled that same?
Huh?
You know who else pulled that same scumbag move too? Was it Diego Sanchez against what's that one Brazilian dude? It's when he had that wacko trainer, that guru dude in his corner. He basically coached him to take that DQ win.
Oh yeah, that's awful. That's gross. If you're coaching that, worse than the guy doing it. If you're coaching that, go fuck yourself. Yeah, we got LeQuay versus Garimbo.
Oh, this initially was supposed to be Nick Diaz return.
He kind of looks like Nick Diaz.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Vicente Luque was supposed to fight Nick Diaz.
What happened with Nick?
I don't think Nick ready.
Nick's insane.
Actually, that's not at all what's going on, sadly.
So what's going on with him?
Nick Diaz was found on the street.
Oh, so he's Delonte West now.
Yeah, man's going through it. He's not in a good place. I think they said that he got back on drugs. There's a video on it. So, Will, I'm sure if you just did a quick little Twitter search or something, you'd be able to find it. It's not good.
Do we want this story? I don't know. Let me see.
It's nothing terrible. It's just he's not good.
I'm looking it up now.
Real quick, something might get haywire with my headphones. I got my food delivered to the wrong house, so I got to go pick it up. So if I disconnect or be weird, just know it's because I'm driving. I'll be back.
All right, it's already weird. I'm not seeing oh. There we go. Nick Diaz offered help for concerning behavior by former fighter he jumped during infamous Strikeforce brawl.
I'm looking at that same article too.
That's crazy. It was the first one that actually mentioned anything. Concerning footage went viral showing Diaz attempting to light a piece of grass on fire. Many speculated Diaz was on hard substance at the time of the video clip, with many wondering if Diaz's health was in significant jeopardy. Well, that's unfortunate. Thoughts and prayers go out to Nick Diaz. I hope you figure that shit out. Substances will bust up your backside. So, with that being said, who we got in this fight? LaQuay or Gorimbo?
I don't know much about Gorimbo.
Let's find out what he recently did. I don't remember a lot of Gorimbo fights either. Wow, I keep seeing this guy, Brahimaj, who's fighting this week, I believe, and all of it is him losing.
Ooh.
And there are some bad haircuts in the UFC.
Everyone thinks a haircut's nice until they actually see it in person.
What division is this?
It's a fun life lesson. This is what division is he in?
It's got to be welterweight.
Welterweight, yeah, welterweight.
I'm gonna go with Luque because Luque's still he's lightly still in his prime, but not really.
He's the underdog here, plus 136. Not by a lot.
I'm gonna go Luque as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gorimbo. Shout out to the Gorimbo. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Both of these guys seem like they should pack it the fuck up.
All right, allow me to go first here because I'm a huge Anthony Smith fan, please. So Anthony Smith also missed weight, but he did not miss weight nearly as bad as Battle did. He only missed by 1.5 pounds. He was able to lose it and get to the correct weight. Dominic Reyes is coming off a win after having very bad luck in that division, but we all know what happens when you have a bad weight cut. That means it was a bad camp. Anthony Smith's on his way out the door because he fucking sucks. I'm going Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, it's probably safe. Both of these guys, though. I don't know. Reyes is a weird fighter.
He finally got a win back, though, after losing 5 straight.
Yeah, he was getting his ass whooped.
But I think he's got confidence now because of that win. So I think he's going to go in there and look like the Dominic Reyes that almost beat John Jones.
What's next for Prohaska?
Jamal Hill.
Dominic the GOAT beater, and no one else apparently.
Wait. If you didn't know, he's got Jamal Hill next.
Oh, that's right.
The title fight.
You got Reyes.
But we're stuck with it.
Mr. Tang, who you
I'm
picking
going
here?
Reyes. This guy's like Anthony Smith. I don't know. He likes to quit a lot in his fights. So
I mean, we can go ahead and just say he's washed and just be fine with it. And don't get me wrong, I like Anthony Smith, but he's fucking washed. He's been washed for like 5 years.
I mean, they're both in the tub,
basically.
But
honestly, this is like who's gonna keep their job. That's what.
Yeah, there's a pink slip. It's a pink slip fight, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good one, Will. Pink slip fight. I like that one.
That's great. All right, so now we got Nate Landor versus Du Ho Choi.
That was close. Yeah, no, Nate Landwehr is so fucking entertaining. Nate the Train, baby. I love this guy. He's so entertaining. I got Nate.
He's favored. Just
Tough
barely.
one. This could be. I think this is a sleeper fight. I think this one is gonna be exciting. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one.
Pronounce his name. Go ahead, do it.
I'm gonna go Du Ho Choi. Fuck it, I'm gonna go Du Ho Choi by knockout.
Shocking.
He be doing hoes.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Choi too.
Dicks.
I'm gonna go Choi just to get this this sweet plus 120 added to my parlay.
Well, I understand, Mike, but you, come on now.
Yeah.
Look,
hey, I watch a lot of anime, bro.
Hey, I was about to say, if I'm allowed to claim Canadian, you're allowed to claim Japanese. I'll give it to you.
By how much anime I watch, yeah. And the way I eat ramen is aggressively too much like the animes, yeah.
Exactly.
For sure. All right,
Hey,
we
real
got
quick.
Bryce Mitchell versus Kron. Is this a Gracie?
Yeah, a shitty one too.
Yeah,
Very
one
shitty.
of the few shitty ones.
Dude, he literally came out like a time capsule. He fights like he's still in 1993.
That's unfortunate for the Gracie family name.
Dude, the Gracie's just in the business of fighting people who can't fight. Let's just be real. Like, don't get me wrong, they're
man.
pioneers and shit, but they've never been elite level MMA fighters.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah,
just
that's kinda true.
just because I'm
Hoist was the problem, though.
I'm gonna be quiet for like 2 seconds. I don't want to take Bryce Mitchell, but I'm taking him just because, and you guys can go on a rant now. Go for it.
All right, go. You don't rock with Hoist?
Okay. Hoist is I give respect to Hoist because he's just a pioneer, right? But let's be
Yeah.
real. He had the element of surprise. Nobody didn't know that shit back then. Everybody's too educated now, you know? So again, they just make a name of themselves beating up people who can't fight. And when
Wasn't
they're not,
Hoist fight? But wasn't Hoist fighting when there was no weight class?
yeah. But again,
Yeah, they weren't prepared.
they weren't prepared. And so they're either fighting people who can't fight, or they're just selling shit. So
They
I feel like
sell a lot of shit.
they're just trying to sell merchandise, man. Like if you look at Kron, especially because he's Hickson's son, right? Arguably like one of the more famous Gracie in the family.
Hickson,
Most
yeah.
people put him above Hoist, but
Yeah,
I feel
Hickson
like
is definitely-
Kron was just pampered. If you look at his early fights, like MMA fights, they give him like a bunch of nobodies. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's a phenomenal jiu-jitsu guy, but when it comes to like MMA, he doesn't got it, man.
I respect it. Yeah, it's crazy when you see like nepotism or legacies in UFC because like you don't expect it in this world, but there still is, and the Gracie is definitely. Hickson was the man though. Hoist was a better face for the family because he was out there a lot and fighting people not in his weight class. But Hickson's probably the best, right? That's what openly, I think.
Arguably, most people, the general consensus is like
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
but,
I hear fucking Joe Rogan talks about him weekly. So
yeah, but like look at like the dates between his fights. Literally between the Cub Swanson fight and Charles Jourdain was 4 years. In 4 years, what he's been doing, and in between that loss and this fight was another year.
Oh yeah,
Mike, I think we watched his last fight.
It was pathetic, dude. He was literally just butt scooting the entire time.
well, hey, at least this one when he faced this guy, what's it, Casers or whatever his name is, Caceres. Oh yeah, Caceres, and then Swanson. That's in the same calendar year, and then 4 years, and then like another year to this one. Yeah, he's not fighting a lot. I wonder why that is. Because he sucks.
So I think they're trying to get Kron out of there as quick as possible. That's why I say this is a huge mismatch.
So, what do you think Bryce is going to kill him?
Oh, boy, Bryce is going to destroy him.
Super favorite. Minus 800. Yeah, it's huge. He's a Kron's a plus 50, 550.
Hey, you know what? So. Bryce Mitchell really needs this after almost dying against Josh Emmett.
Yeah. So y'all got Mitchell? Yeah.
Yeah, I got Mitchell.
I might put like $2 on Kron Gracie, see what happens. But he won't be in the parlay. I can't take that risk. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov.
And this is what I was talking about, Mike. Alexander Volkov, future champion.
Okay. Might be speaking a little too soon, but
he's an underdog.
Yeah, because the fucking odds makers love sucking Gane off like he's something special, and he's not.
I see Tom Aspinall beating both of them in the same night.
I mean, that's fair. I think Tom's amazing, but I do think Volkov has a chance. The only person in this division that's ranked in the top 5 that has a chance of being champion is him. That's it. So, yeah, the division's in shambles and it sucks. Fine, I finally cave. I agree. It's horrible, but Volkov's the only shining star out of...
You know, you had to eventually cave because one of the most damaging points was you were like, Cyril Gane sucked, and he ran through that division.
No, Cyril Gane, who has he fought? He hasn't fought anybody.
There isn't anybody to fight. That's the point.
But anyway, I caved and I gave up. Also, I was drunk that night. Fuck both y'all. And no, I'm a huge Volkov fan. All right. His most damning loss was to Derek Lewis, but he was winning that fight just caught by an overhand.
How old is he? Because he looks like he's 57 in the face.
Oh, he's been fighting for a while, and he was a former Bellator heavyweight champion.
He beat Pavley and Romanov. Oh yeah, I remember the Rosenstrike fight. Got smoked by Aspinall.
Oh, already happened.
Like I said, his most damning losses was to Derek Lewis, and he was winning that fight and just got caught by an overhand. You should have seen it too. His mouthpiece went flying. It was crazy.
Well, I'm sure we have. We've seen all of his fucking highlights.
That might have been the fight where he took his pants off and said my balls was hot.
Imagine knocking somebody out and then talking about your balls on national television.
That's why.
Anywho,
Derek.
who y'all got? Volkov here?
Yep.
I'm going Gone.
Yeah, I'll be a lot happier if Gon beats Volkov just to piss Jake off. So
I'd go a lot farther to say I think Volkov's gonna dog walk this mofo.
I might take Volkov. I'm gonna take Volkov, Crone. What was the other one that I liked?
Choi.
Aljo. Who was the other? Oh, and Guida on like a random just underdog parlay that'll probably win you like 100,000 for $1.
Let's go, Carpenter.
All right. So, oh wait, I blew past where we were. Okay. Zero Gon Volkov. All right, I'm gonna go Gon, and then is this the co-main?
Co-main.
We've got Shavkat versus Gary.
Oh, I'm going Shavkat all the way, baby.
Where is this fight?
Oh, Vegas.
Where is this event?
Vegas. T-Mobile Arena.
Only because my girl Laura loves him so much, I'm going Shavkat.
I'll pretend like I know what you mean. All right. Yeah. Shavkat.
You didn't see that whole bid interview where
No,
Daniel and Joe were giving Laura shit about falling in love with Shavkat?
No. Ian Gary, I think, is also another one of those maybe able to slide him in to a parlay of yours at plus 295. I kind of like that. He's not a bad fighter. Shavkat's the man, but Gary, if Gary won this, I don't think any of us would be shocked if he got a win here. I just think we're picking Shavkat, but I don't think that would be shocked if Gary got a win. So, yeah, it's a nice little parlay booster right there.
Someone will no longer be undefeated after this weekend.
Who?
They're both undefeated. Gary and Shavkat are both undefeated.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Unbeaten streak is on the line this weekend.
Let's go, Gary.
No one likes it.
And then we got Pantoja versus Asakura.
He must be ass.
Huh?
Pantoja. Sorry.
Oh, you're not even riding with Japan?
Bro, man, like, who gets a UFC title fight in their debut?
That is kind of wild. No bullshit.
In this day and age. Here's the thing. I feel like the men's flyweight division is just as much in shambles as the men's heavyweight. I mean,
there was a lot of people saying though that if Kai wins, that this is rejuvenating for the flyweight division though.
Here's the thing, like the dude's only on a 2-fight winning streak. He's like, and I know him wrong, like his highlights are exciting. He's a knockout artist, but the level of competition in Ryzen is not the same. And then the other thing too is like there's a rule change too. You can't kick motherfuckers in the head on the ground. Then you got to deal with the fence. You know what I mean?
He said the fence.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's gonna change the game a little bit. You know, and the main thing is the reason why he got signed, and I could be wrong, but it's mostly because he has like a huge social media following in Japan.
Who, Pantoja?
No, Asakura.
Oh, Asakura, okay.
And I think they're trying to break into the Asian market, so they're just trying to fast track this too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're heavily heading into that Asian market.
I would have liked them seeing like at least have one fight before getting a title. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. Which division would you say is doing great in the UFC? Because
Bantamweight.
Featherweight.
so Feathers, Topuria, Volkanovski, Holloway, Lopez, Yair Rodriguez, Evalev. Okay, Ortega, Allen, Emmett. Yeah, Sterling is at 9. Qatar. Yeah, it's pretty good. Ige 14.
And then I'll say welterweight's the other one.
And we're skipping over Banta. Yeah, it's just O'Malley, Nurmagomedov, Jan, Sanhagen, Figueiredo, Vera, Cejudo, Yadong. Yadong's in there, man. Not gonna show love to your own dong?
Your dong or my dong?
Oh wait, never mind. I'm too late with the jokes. Forget it.
Yep. And then
No, I'll say lightweight as well. Lightweight.
Do you guys agree with pound for pound top rank Islam over John Jones?
I don't agree with that.
and then both of them over Pereira?
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I'd have Pereira 1. And maybe John 2, Islam 3.
Yeah.
But I would definitely have Pereira 1. This is crazy.
I like
30?
your head. I like your headspace with that, Will. I do agree with the Pereira number 1, but I still think Islam's number 2, followed by Jones.
I wouldn't be super pissed if it was that way.
The only reason I say that is because of activity.
Like if I scroll down here and Pereira was 1, Islam was 2, I wouldn't have complained about that. But Pereira 3, I had to say something. Something had to be addressed. Then they got Topuria 4, Bilal Muhammad 5, Duplessis 6. What's his name? Dashvili. I always say his name wrong. Aspinall, Edwards, Volkanovski, Pantoja, Holloway, and O'Malley. Damn, O'Malley dropped to 13, huh?
Will, it's Davishvili.
Yeah, but why would O'Malley drop to 13 from 1 loss, right?
Wait, how's Sean Strickland up there?
Wait, so yeah. Huh. Oliveira 15. Man, the pound for pound list is kind of sus, huh? That's crazy. Which one did you say? You said lightweight or welterweight? Which one did you like?
I feel like for me, the most consistent historically, I feel like lightweight, featherweight, and welterweight. And I'll even throw middleweight up there too.
Yeah, middle did all right. A lot of them are done though. A lot of them are on their way out.
Yeah. That's the reason why I kind of threw it in there at the end.
Yeah, I feel you. And then in the welterweight, we got the welterweight is also filled with quite a few guys who are basically gatekeepers.
It'd be great if Bilal wouldn't be ducking fights already as champion, though.
That's rough. Yeah. Joaquin, Buckley, Burns, Gary, Covington, like Colby. How are you even still ranked? Get him out of here. Jesus Christ.
Man, they do not like Bilal Muhammad, man. Because originally this is supposed to be Shavkat. Shavkat was supposed to fight Bilal for the title. And so they really want to get him. I really think they're trying to get him out of there as soon as possible.
I'm not doing it quick enough.
Colby Covington actually has a fight coming up.
He's fighting Buckley, right?
Yep. Good. I needed a nap.
No, you don't. Buckley's gonna kick his ass.
I don't need to see it. I can see the highlights of him spin kicking him into oblivion. All right, so Pantoja, Asakura. I guess we're all going Pantoja, huh?
Yeah.
I want Kai to shock the world, though.
I mean, if it happens, that'd be amazing. But man, I'm just being realistic. I mean, the odds are really close, so I don't know.
It is, and I'm with. Yeah. I was wrestling with this all day knowing we were doing the podcast, and I just saw the highlights. And I wanted to hate on Mike because I know he's a 1FC guy. And I'm like, you're just hating on anything that's not 1FC. But he's not. He's being honest. Rising's competition is just not that high.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big 1FC fan either, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But I've seen Kai's highlights and I'm impressed, but I think Pantoja is just too damn good.
I'm just wondering from a stats perspective, like where are they getting this number from? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why is he like? We've seen other guys in here plus 600 on this card, and this guy's only plus 230. First fight ever against a champion. I mean, unless he was whooping ass over there at a alarming level, I don't see how that could be the odds. Or maybe what it is that the unknown. Maybe you keep them close because obviously he's got some kind of talent if he's being considered good enough to have a title fight this early.
Is he stepping in for anybody? Was Pantoja supposed to fight somebody else, or was
No. So Kai was actually signed like a year ago. He relinquished his like Ryzen championship, and this you might have to fact check me, but apparently everybody was ducking Kai Asakura. And so they eventually like just offer him like Pantoja, and Pantoja was like, "Fuck it, I'll take it. I'll take that fight."
Badass point.
Well, look, that gives us something to watch for though, because because I'm not gonna lie to you, most Pantoja fights I'm not like super excited for. He's a good fighter for sure, but like I don't know, his style of fight, it just isn't. They're not always fun fights, at least from what I've seen. Maybe I missed some good ones, but
that UFC obviously has enough. No, they don't. I was about to say they obviously have enough faith in these two to put them on in the main event. But if we know correctly, this wasn't the original main event. It was Bilal versus Shavkat, so they got thrust into the main event. So
yeah,
that's a problem.
Pantoja's a hard lead, man, but good fighter. So, but it'd be fun if Kai beats him. Also, if you're in the chat, what were some of those fights you were talking about that got brought up? They're too deep in the chat for me to check for them now, but there's some boxing. Let's check in boxing news.
Hey, Will, I got a question.
Always.
I do really. Lewis has been talking about this Boots fellow. Who's this guy and who's he ducking and why?
Boots. Boots is always ducking someone. That's the problem with Boots.
I've never heard of him though. Who is it?
I forget his first name. I forget his name actually entirely.
There's a guy that you guys are always
Enos. That's right. Jaron Enos. Jaron Enos. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
oh, that's right. Shakur Stevens. He's got a fight coming up. That's what
Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, I'm tired of him too. He was like my favorite up and coming boxer, and then he had that fight where he literally ran the whole fight. He basically did the Floyd Mayweather, but without counter punching. So he was basically just making you miss and then looking at you like that. He wasn't even, and he basically won that on some bullshit. But what is it? The David? Oh, I think it's. He already fought him.
Didn't he call out like Tank too afterwards?
Yeah, but like he's not ready for none of these guys. He just struggled with somebody. Let me find out who it was.
Oh, he had a fight recently?
He not too recently, but his last fight, he struggled. And then it kind of made him readjust who he was aiming for because the person he struggled with wasn't as good as Tank. So how did you?
Was that the same fight where the crowd like dipped out?
I don't know. It's a good question. That is, we need Lewis. Where are you, sir? With your infinite boxing knowledge. But
yet he hates on my girl.
Yeah, he just hates on all the girls. The girl fighters, he's out. He doesn't give a shit.
Hey, I'll give him something though. He might be out on it, but at the same time, he was willing to go ahead and tip his hat towards Michaela Mayer, so I'm happy with that. He even said that was a good fight.
Yeah,
which is rare to get out of him about any woman's fight.
A broken clock is right at least twice a day.
True that.
Except what was it? Oh, so it's the Ortiz. Yeah, so I guess he's supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz, or he wanted to fight Virgil Ortiz, and I think what happened? Refused. Steven Espinoza refuses to fault Jaron Boots Ennis for his inability to strike a deal. Yeah, so they couldn't get the deal done. They couldn't get the deal done because Boots' camp, from what I remember from Gwen telling me, Boots' camp is the camp that likes to do the same thing that some of these boxers do and price you out. Like, oh yeah, I want to fight this dude. I call this dude out. So they get all the benefit of saying they'll fight a guy, and then they'll be like, but here's the price. And in the hood, that gets them by because they're like, yeah, get the bag. But in the boxing world, we're like, no, you set a price that's unrealistic, knowing that he's going to shut that down so that you get the ability to say, I challenged him, we couldn't agree on the money, and all that shit. But there was another layer to this in that who he recently fought, it just didn't go great. And because of that, yeah, he even more so, I think he realizes he's not prepared for certain guys. He also likes to fuck around with his weight or like where he's gonna fight at. I don't know. I'm kind of over it because so many different fighters are doing this now,
and it's annoying the shit out of you.
They're either pricing you out, or they're fucking, oh, I'll fight at this weight, but not at this weight, or rehydration clauses, and it's so much fucking gamesmanship and red tape that I'm just like, yeah, let me know when they fight. That's it.
Yeah,
just let me know when they actually fight. They're Aaron Rodgers to me now.
Basically, was that just some bullshit that Lewis posted, or did I see this on TikTok? I'm about to mention something. Is that a true fact, or was that just some lie? They said that next year Tank's retiring.
Tank, I mean, it wouldn't be crazy, but he also could be doing the Money Mayweather move where you or the Jay-Z or the Jordan where you retire, and then the demand gets created and you come back for like a money fight. Because retiring is how you create a money fight out of not having that money fight on the table already. You just retire for a year, and then like, oh, I've been thinking about coming back out. Who's this guy who wants to fight? And bam, you fight whoever it is. You fight him at an advantageous time for yourself.
But it's super crazy because he seemingly, at least for my knowledge, because I'm not a big boxing fan, I watch it when I get told watch this fight. He seemingly became one of the most popular, if not the most popular boxer in the world.
Under Canelo, yes, but still one of the most popular for sure. Tank got a lot of love, especially, and then it was like you get all those random fans who weren't initially boxing fans who came in with Ryan Garcia, and he fucked Garcia up with that body shot. And
I didn't. Yeah, I went into that not a fan of anybody, and I walked out a Tank fan just because I heard the hype of the fight at WrestleMania because they had Ryan Garcia on, and I said, screw it, I'm gonna watch it, especially because you guys were talking about it. I watched it, and I'm like, yo, I'm a fucking Tank fan. This guy's awesome.
he also has that like. He has that ability to seek out and find the moment in fights. And he has that fighting style where he really does, like the greats seem to be able to do this, where they kind of feel you out for like a couple rounds, 4 or 5 rounds. And then you can see the switch flip. And then he's just on you. And suddenly those punches that he was just parrying or ducking, suddenly he's returning bombs after those. And you're just like, how is he still so fast? And it doesn't matter. Tank's nice. I really like watching Tank fight. I think he got overrated early, and then I think he's lived up to most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. And I think he's become a really great boxer. But I'd like to see who fights him next, and if he ducks anybody or what's going to happen. But he's pretty much, I don't know how much ducking Tank does. Fuen would know a little more about that than I would in terms of the ducking. He stays more into the actual news of it all. But yeah, man. There's some good boxing coming up. Next show, I'll be a little more prepared, actually, for the boxing news. But in short, Boots Ennis kind of avoiding Virgil Ortiz because he realizes he'll get his ass whooped.
What a win. Oh, and I did see Daniel Dubois has a fight coming up as well on that same card with Shakur.
Huh. I don't think I've ever like switched on somebody so quick as I've changed over on Stevenson after that fight. A fight that he won, by the way. A fight that he won.
And that was, by the way,
like,
that same card with Dubois on it. That was a card that Lewis said, "Hey, he's fighting Anthony Joshua. I think you should watch it." I watched it, and that was a night like just the same thing with the Tank thing. That night, I was like, I'm a fan of Dubois. That was incredible against one of the most known heavyweight boxers in the world right now, and he did that. I like this guy.
Joshua got knocked around that ring. That was fun to watch.
And as soon as I got it, I sent it to you. I was like, bro, he just got Yamcha'd.
he stung him. What he fell over, like landed on his side.
That punch, because Joshua was swinging. Dubois ate one, backed up, and then hit him with a 3-piece, and he was done.
So what was great about that knockout is that I forget, there was a UFC fight where a couple they went back and forth knocking each other down, and it looked like one had been that was it. He took the mean one, and then other dude rushed and got cleared. like they were both knocking each other down, and it looked like this one guy was gonna win, and then he ran into one and put his lights out. It was kind of like that in that moment because he was losing, but in him getting batted around, Anthony Joshua landed a tough punch, like square in the face, and it looked like, oh shit, he might steal it back, and then night. That was it. It was. I
wonder if he's thinking about the Czech Congo fight.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
It might have been Czech. Yeah, it might have been the Czech Congo one because I do remember. There's been more than one of them. The Czech Congo one probably is the most famous version of that.
Czech Congo got knocked down 2 or 3 times and then destroyed.
There was also a white guy who got kicked in the ribs and grabbed his side and went down to the ground halfway and then caught bro Russian.
That's a Scott Smith fight. That was like an early old fight.
Yeah, that shit was dope because that kick, I think it definitely hurt as much as his face showed, but then I think he realized, but I can still kill this guy.
I know it's not the same.
To kill his dude
I know it's not. I know it's not the same, but I want to go. I will give Cody Garbrandt a shout out for that buzzer beater. He got kicked in the side, sat there, waited, ducked, and then went with a crazy right hook and knocked out a Sun Sal.
That's Cody Garbrandt's moment, honestly.
That's his career-defining moment. They'll always remember him for that knockout. It'll be on highlight tapes forever.
Clap, bro. But yeah, I think we've wrapped up everything we got here. We will possibly, if this card is great,
which it has the potential to be,
like it can be. It looks like it should be, and if it lives up, then we'll come back and see you next week. But yeah, it was good to be here with you folks. I'm glad everybody joined who did. Thank you, Lewis, for commenting while I'm looking for the exit at this point. I can't find
what them views look like today.
We were up to like 10, 15. That's what happens. We're gonna keep dropping if we don't be on enough. So
yeah,
gotta get back on more. But we still have some folks watching. I also didn't share it anywhere. I basically tanked this podcast.
Yeah. I think we had a lot of help because you added the Jake Paul and Tyson fight last time in a hashtag. It definitely helped.
Yeah, I mean, I could have added it here since we talked about it for like 10 seconds.
True that.
But that'd be false advertising. But yeah, fellas, thanks for coming through on the show, and you folks stay out of trouble.
Have a great weekend.
You heard the man, Bunka.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.